Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome to another video. We are back once again. Here's my 370Z, and today we're going to talk about, should you tune your 370Z, or is it a good idea to tune your 370Z? In my opinion, if you want to get straight to the answer to that question, the answer is yes. It has increased throttle response, increased performance in general. It's a lot more torqueier. It has increased horsepower, especially if you have the mods that I have on my vehicle, cold air intake and just simple axle back exhaust. I'm sure if you had a cat back exhaust, you get more power out of it, but that's not really what I have installed here. I'm not really a fan of the single exit exhaust, so that's why I haven't done that on this vehicle. And prices for those in general for the catbacks are pretty expensive, so I really never was interested in that. But overall, I mean, this tune that I have on this vehicle is great. It's reliable, it hasn't had any issues, and the company that I go through, Z1 Motorsports, actually makes sure that it's safe for your vehicle. They don't do things that are too much for the vehicle. They pay attention to the fine details and make sure that you're not going to blow your engine, essentially. So yes, I do believe that tuning your 370Z is worth it. Now, as far as pricing is concerned, the price that I paid to tune this vehicle, I think it was around $700 or $800 for the first tune. And then I had a revision tune that was free, that was included with that. But then I upgraded recently here to a level 2 tune, and that is because I installed the Z1 cold air intakes, and I wanted to get the most out of that. So that was $250. So essentially $700 or $800, and then $250 on top is what I have spent to tune this vehicle so far. Now, of course, when I upgrade other parts, I will have to retune again for those parts, but I'm not planning on doing that for quite a while. So I'm happy with the way things are now, and the things that I've done with the vehicle. Now, this car is tuned on EcuTech or ECU Tech, however you want to say it. That means that I can basically use my phone and I can read codes, I can make logs, I can reflash the car. So it's a phone app, and then it has a Bluetooth kind of like dongle that plugs into the OBD2 port, and that's what I use for this vehicle. That package is actually, the whole thing is part of the level 1 tune package from Z1 Motorsports. So when you buy that package, they'll actually include the license for you as well as the dongle as well. And you just have to download the app and then create an account with them, and it's pretty simple. So overall though, the tune that I have on this vehicle, there's 3 different fuel octanes that I can use on this tune. Now here in my local area, I only use 91 octane. There is 93 available, but I don't really have a need to do 93. It's more expensive, and honestly, I don't want to have to run down my 91 just to fill it with 93, and I don't want to honestly deal with all that for the minimal performance gain that's going to bring me. But it also has an 87 map, which honestly I would not feel comfortable running, but I think it's supposed to be for emergency situations. So whenever you are, say, on a road trip and you have to run 87 because there's no premium gas around, you can flash to that, and I assume it probably cuts power a little bit and makes the car safer to run on that fuel. Does adjustments here and there. But personally, I'm on map 2, which is 91 octane. That's just where I stay. That's what works for me. Now, other people may be asking, like, what are the benefits of 93? 93 can allow for more performance in general, because on this tune, it'll be kind of like more aggressive, I would say, on power, running 93 octane, because if you guys don't know this, the higher the octane goes up, the higher the resistance to combustion, so you're able to kind of push more power, to keep it brief. I don't want to do a whole video about it, but that's basically what's going on with this vehicle. Now, with this tune's reliability, like I said, it's been very, very reliable. I haven't had any issues with it, but you do want to make sure, as with tuning any vehicle, that you tune it correctly. You don't want to start the engine when it doesn't say to start it. You don't want to shut the car off when it's in the middle of flashing the memory. Otherwise, you'll probably have a bricked ECU and you won't be able to drive your car. So I was very, very scared at first to tune this vehicle, but because of my background with my previous car, my Subaru, I had a little bit of familiarity with it, so I wasn't too uncomfortable, but this is also pretty much a brand new car to me. I've only had it, well, I've had it less than a year. It hasn't even been a year yet. I think it's probably been like 8 or 10 months at this point. But I haven't had this car a long time, and I didn't want anything bad to happen to it. So I wanted to go with someone who was very reliable, who actually cared about their tunes and cared about the vehicle and didn't want to push things too far and cause problems down the road. So currently with the tune that I have on this vehicle, the only issue that I might come across in the future is the burble map tune that I have on this vehicle. So you can turn it off and on, but it's defaulted to on right now. And basically that has some pops in your exhaust because it spits kind of fuel in your exhaust and it kind of cracks and pops, but it's very minimal on this car because I'm not fully straight piped. I don't have a proper exhaust for it, but it's still there. And the issue that you might come across, or that I might come across, is the previous revision here, the most recent revision. They increased the burble by 10%, and that might cause some problems with my catalytic converters down the road. But future plans on this car, I do plan on going test pipes, I think, in the future, so I won't really have to deal with that at that point. God, throat is getting dry already out here, making videos for you guys. But yeah, overall, I recommend that you tune your 370Z. Now, as far as who to go through, I highly recommend going through Z1 Motorsports, but of course you can go through whoever you would like. It's just Z1 Motorsports, a very reputable brand, and I bought a lot of parts from them for this vehicle, and I feel most comfortable with them doing it. But of course, like I said, you can go to whoever you want to, but keep in mind that I'm recommending Z1, so if you go to someone else and something happens to your vehicle, I mean, it is what it is. So, alright guys, well I think that's going to wrap up today's video. Hopefully you got something very valuable out of this video, especially if you want to tune your 370Z. Like I said, I highly recommend that you do. Just be careful who you go through. But overall, I think I'm going to end the video here. My arm is getting kind of tired holding the phone up here. But if you want to see more content about the 370Z, let me know in the comments down below. Also put questions down there as well, that way I can answer them about this vehicle in future videos. With all that being said, I'm going to end it here. See you later.